Hey everyone, Dr. Ackerman here with Active Chiropractic Care, and I'm going to be going over the thoracic exercises that we teach our patients in our office. Thoracic obviously meaning your middle back, the middle part of your spine, and these are the exercises that are absolutely necessary to improve your posture, to improve your thoracic alignment, and to improve your mobility in your thoracic spine. So here we go. We're going to start with the Supermans. One of my favorite exercises. So you're going to be on a yoga mat or on the floor. We're going to use this table here for demonstration purposes. And for Superman, you're going to either start with your hands in a push-up position by your side, and you're going to lift your hands and feet off the ground, keeping your chin tucked in, looking straight ahead, and then relax. So this is the first version of the Superman. If that doesn't give you enough of a workout, you can go to the next version, which is the arms extended straight out overhead, keeping the chin tucked in, and you're going to raise your arms and legs off the ground like so. Okay? You want to perform at least 10 to 15 repetitions of those exercises. And then the next is my second favorite exercise, which is the bird dog. So the bird dog, you're going to get into the quadrupedal position, all fours. And you're going to take your right arm and left leg. Notice how my thumb is pointing straight up in the air like I'm going to shake someone's hand. And my toes are pointed down towards the ground. And they call it a bird dog because just like the hunting dogs, that when they'd see a bird, they would stiffen up and they'd get real straight and their tail would stick straight out behind them. This is what you want to look like when you're doing these exercises. And then you're going to switch. So you're going to have your left arm and your right leg straight out, extended. I'm reaching towards the wall with my fingers, and I'm pushing towards the back wall with my heel. And you're going to hold each repetition for 3 to 5 seconds so you can really engage those spinal muscles, those multifidus muscles. Next is what's called thoracic rotation. So you're going to put your hand behind your head, and you're going to rotate your elbow to your elbow here, like so. This is thoracic rotation. Beautiful. And then of course you're going to do it on the other side as well. And you're going to try to perform 10 repetitions minimum to each side. Then we have planks, side planks, and regular plank. So to get into a plank, you're going to be on your elbows directly under your shoulders. Tuck your chin in. You're going to squeeze your heels together to engage your glutes. And you're going to focus on your breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. You want to do this for about 30 seconds. And if you start feeling some shaking, that's a good thing. That means that you're engaging those deeper intrinsic muscles and that you're really starting to do some good work. And then lastly is the side plank. So you're going to have your body straight. You're going to stack your feet up on top of each other, bring that shoulder back and down, and you're going to raise yourself up like so, looking straight ahead. Now if this is too much for you, you can bend your bottom leg, keeping the top leg straight, and you can come up like so. And if that's too much, you can bend both your legs and do what's called a modified side plank. Okay? So that is the thoracic exercises that we want you to focus on here in the office. If you feel any pain or discomfort at any point during these exercises, obviously you want to stop immediately and talk to your chiropractors because that could be a subluxation in your spine. But most importantly is that you do these exercises and these stretches on a regular basis to improve your posture, to improve your alignment, and to prevent subluxation. One of the next exercises we're going to go over for the thoracic spine is called the Brugger's exercise. Now you might recognize this from the thoracic stretches when we taught you how to do it as a stretch. The difference is we're going to be actively engaging the deeper muscles of our mid to lower back and holding this for 15 seconds. So to do a Brugger's, you're going to pull your shoulders back and down, you're going to tuck your chin in, and you're going to hold this for 15 seconds. So you want to make sure that your chin is tucked in, your shoulders are back and down, but you also want to make sure that your pelvis is tucked under so that you don't have an anterior pelvic tilt. So you want to make sure that your pelvis isn't tilting forward while you're doing this. So you're going to tilt your pelvis under, pull those shoulders back and down, tuck that chin in, and then you're going to externally rotate those hands so your palms are facing forward, and you're going to hold this for 15 seconds. This is an extremely important exercise because all we do nowadays is sit at computers and we drive in the forward direction, so everything gets rolled forward. So a Brugger's exercise is a great way to engage these muscles and to pull ourselves back into alignment. After you've done the Brugger stretch or exercise, the I's, Y's, and T's is another really important exercise for the upper middle back. So just like the letters is how you're going to be doing these exercises. So the letter I, you're going to go straight up overhead with the arms. And you want to make sure that you keep your shoulders back and down, of course, at all times. And you also want to make sure that you keep your chin tucked in. Then you're going to do the Y, which is the same thing that it sounds like. You're going to come out 45 degrees away from the body, making it a capital letter Y. And then lastly, you're going to do the T, okay? And the T, you're going to come up in front, you're going to externally rotate your palms up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to step out. If I had more room, I could show you better, but that's how you're going to do a T. So you want your arms to be fully extended when you do the T, okay? So I's, Y's, and if I had the room, I would do the T for you. Next is scapular retractions. Scapular retractions is an extremely important exercise to stabilize the scapular spine. And what we're going to be doing is retracting and protracting. So you first want to get good at doing this movement here, which is keeping the arms straight and retracting the shoulders and protracting the shoulders. So pulling the shoulders back and squeezing between the shoulder blades into those rhomboids and lower trapezius, and then protracting forward using the serratus anterior muscles. Once you've gotten that down, we're going to do a retraction with a row, and then we're going to let those arms come straight, and we're going to protract. So again, you're doing this with no resistance. You're just working on getting those muscles to fire in this particular order. So retract, row, keep those shoulders back and down, straighten the arms, and then let those shoulders roll forward. Okay, so here's what it looks like with resistance. Now when you use resistance, you want to use a really light resistance because we're focusing on the postural muscles, which are the smaller stabilizer muscles. In this case, the rhomboids and the lower trapezius and the serratus anterior. We're not going to be using heavy weights, otherwise you're going to use your arms and you're going to use the bigger muscles of the back. So here we go, this is what it looks like. We're going to retract, we're going to row, keep the arms straight as the shoulders are back and down, and then we're going to let those shoulders come forward. So we're going to retract, row, keep the shoulders back and down as we straighten the arms, and then let those arms come forward. So that's how you do a scapular retraction properly, and we're going to do 10 to 15 repetitions, slow and controlled, focusing on our form. Then we have straight arm abductions, which is very similar to the I's, Y's, and T's, but we're doing it with resistance. So you're going to take the resistance band out in front of you, retract the shoulders, keep your chin tucked, and you're going to pull the arms apart and then slowly lower them back together. Now notice I'm keeping constant tension on the cable. I'm not letting the cable lose tension. So here we go. You're going to pull the arms straight apart, and then you're going to allow them to slowly come back together, keeping constant tension on the cable. And that is straight arm abduction with resistance. And lastly, we're going to teach you core rotation with the band. So what you want to do is keep your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to keep both your hands interlaced together right in front of your chest. And what you want to do is rotate your whole upper body, keeping your core tight, keeping your chin tucked in, and keeping your shoulders back and down. And you want to slowly come back to the center, keeping constant tension on the band. So this is an exercise that's going to help with your thoracic rotation. So if you're a golfer, or just for people that don't get up and move enough, this is a really important exercise to help improve your thoracic mobility and to prevent subluxation from developing in your middle back. And obviously you want to do that both ways. So then we're going to try doing it this way. To my left, same thing. Keep the chin tucked in, shoulders back and down, and you're going to rotate, keeping constant tension on the band. So that is some of my favorite exercises for the upper middle back with the band. If you have any questions, you can definitely comment or call the office. We'd love to answer them. We'd love to show you in person how to do them even better. Have an awesome day, and most importantly, remember to stay active and stay healthy.